Oof, wow, it's a huge game. Listen, new manager coming in. You would like to think you get the new manager vibe. You know, that the players go out, they try, they bust a gut, and you get that result. Unfortunately, they got Arsenal. So it's a huge game. One for the derby, and obviously two for new manager and desperately needing points.
Just on Arsenal as well, because it's the North London derby. As it stands at the moment, City just 2 points behind Arsenal because they are currently leading against Newcastle. That's the current score at the moment. But does that add a little bit more pressure onto Arsenal as well?
Absolutely it does, because it's like the bogeyman's chasing you, because they know how to hunt teams down. They're brilliant at it. They've done it so often. Pep's teams are fantastic, relentless. I didn't see it this season, if I'm honest, the way that they'd come back. I felt that Arsenal would be clear, 6, 7 points ahead by now, but they've given other teams a chance. They've thrown points away. You can't go to Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-0 up, it's bottom of the table, and draw 2-2. That's not title-winning form or credentials. But can they still win the league? Absolutely, yes, they can. And tomorrow might be one of those occasions where it can change everything. You go win there, big derby, start to relax, start to play. I think Tottenham Hotspur have got 12 fit players, he said, he's worked with this week. So he plays a back three normally, Igor Tudor. How does he play tomorrow? Can he find a back three? Obviously Romero suspended. Van der Ven will obviously be the one that will try and build the team around. Maybe he could drop Paulina back in there as well. Dragosan as a back three. But he said something very interesting. He's been there, 7 days, I think, and he was talking about, someone asked him what's his philosophy. He said, my philosophy, I'm coming in, this is an emergency. I've just got to find wins. He said, so for me to have a philosophy, I'll need 3-4 months. When we talk about managers coming in, normally you need a long time, or we start saying, oh, look how he's changed this, look how he's changed that. They haven't got time. They're playing Champions League football, Cup football, League football, week in, week out. He's just got to somehow extract, as Bobby says, some confidence out of this team, find a way to create a connection with the fans, because the fans, there's a disconnect between the fans and the team. They don't like each other right now, but that can change if you get a couple of wins. If it doesn't, and you find yourself in a relegation fight, the one place it's going to be hardest is Tottenham, because they don't want to be. They don't accept that they should be down in this position. So it's probably harder for them right now than anyone else, because all the other teams, maybe barring West Ham, because I think they'll have that sort of feeling that we shouldn't be in this position. We're too big a club. But all the other sides are fighting for their lives. And Tottenham somehow got to let it all go now and try to... Like Igor Tudor was a surprise for me. When he said he was coming, I thought, this is a really left field one, an odd one. They could have gone a lot of different routes. They've gone with this guy. Very defensive coach. But if it works out, great. But I honestly think it should be an easy job for him to keep them up. Even though they've not got a great side, it's not a good Tottenham side, I still think they've got enough armoury to keep us to stay in the Premier League. I still don't think they're a team that's going to go down.
Do you agree? Do you reckon it's an easy job?
It's not an easy job.
Not an easy job. I don't think it's an easy job. But I think to keep them up, I think, two managers have found it hard, but I think they've got more than enough to stay up.
They've got plenty of quality in that changing room. It's just managing to get it all together, that it all clicks and all works. And hopefully, listen to the new manager and go in there and do exactly that.
If he loses a couple, trust me, there will be a lot of unrest, because, as I say, when you talk about who you brought in, it wasn't one that I can't imagine any Tottenham fans like, great, we've got Igor Tudor. He's got credit, he's managed at the top level, he's managed at Juventus, he's been sacked an awful lot, he's had a lot of clubs. So it's not like you're going, well, this is an elite manager that we've got in here.
Do you think Premier League experience is what you would have gone for? Someone that's definitely done it in the Premier League or had something?
We would have thought so, but that doesn't make any sense with what we're talking about Tottenham here, Bob. We were just talking earlier on, you were at Tottenham 8 months, you had 2 managers. So how they work and how they get their managers in hasn't always made common sense. I honestly thought Thomas Frank would have done okay. He didn't. But maybe that then boils down to the recruitment over the last few years hasn't been good enough, because the managers, you need good players to work with. But has he got a great opportunity to cement his name as somebody that... Because if he has a good run, there's no reason why he can't throw himself in the mix to be the next manager for next season. Because at the moment, this is just an audition. But if he does well and he keeps them up and they beat Arsenal tomorrow, all of a sudden he can be a hero there. So that's how quickly things can change, especially if they beat Arsenal and Arsenal don't win the title, because that's really what Tottenham fans are clinging on to at the moment.